Hey y'all, welcome back to Trevor Lives, and today we're doing some meal prepping. It's been a while since I've done this, but I'm getting back into it because I enjoy it. I've been meal prepping for about 2 weeks now, and I feel confident enough to get back into showing y'all how to do it. So today we're doing what I call taco rice. It's just taco meat and rice, except we're gonna be adding cheese to it. We got 3 meals to make with that, and then we also got breakfast to do because I meal prep breakfast as well. We make 4 meals per day, so it's gonna be 4 meals a day, Monday through Friday. So it's about 20 meals, 20 to 24 meals, depending on if I want to meal prep for Saturday or if I have enough food to do it. Right now, I got the meat browned down. It's about 14 pounds of meat. I got 13 packs of taco seasoning, mild taco seasoning. This is from Rouse's. It's El Paso mild taco seasoning. I got the block of Velveeta that I'm gonna be using to as cheese. This is gonna go into it. This is gonna make it cheesy and creamy. I got my rice, 2 pounds of jasmine rice I'm gonna be doing. I usually like to do 11 ounces of meat to 2 ounces of rice. I'm a low carb, high protein. I do 3 sausage patties for breakfast, along with 4 eggs, which I already got separated. This is 5 times 4, 20 eggs. Each one's a day that I do. That's my sun-ups eggs. And so yeah, we're just gonna get into brown the meat and get into work. I got some Sam Sulik on the TV because I'm kind of bored and I don't really watch him much, but I figured why not. He's pretty interesting. He's pretty fun. So yeah. Alright, so this is 90% beef, 10% fat. Of course, I'm gonna strain out the fat, so it's probably gonna be around 5% because you usually cook out roughly, I wanna say, I'm not gonna give numbers because that's not gonna work. I'm not gonna know it off the hand, and I don't feel like getting made fun for it. So 90% beef, most of the fat cooks out. That's how it's gonna go. I'm doing that. Once this cooks down and browns down, we're gonna add taco seasoning and we're gonna get the rice started to cook. Essentially, what I'm looking for out of all my meal preps is beef. I want to do a lot of beef because you want to get your collagen. Your collagen helps with your tendons and muscle recovery alongside with just basic needs. So let's talk about where I've been. I've been doing the gym every day. This has been probably my 4th week, 5th week of hitting the gym with no breaks, no all gas, just hitting it as hard as possible. I don't do recovery days. My recovery days usually are while I'm lifting, so I'll go in, I'll foam roll, I'll stretch, get everything done. Yeah, nothing's really changed much. Just been doing the gym and staying healthy. Last week I did a meal prep. It was chicken and beef with rice. It was pretty good. I called it goulash because of the seasonings I used. This time I'm gonna use this, and I'll get y'all the macros at the end of the video to tell you how much protein and carbs and fats and that's all in there. But yeah, let's get back to cooking. Because of how much meat I do have, for one, there's no way I'm going to be able to strain it without losing some. And for 2, I don't see a need to because that just, it's going to strain out whenever I use a spoon to scoop out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like that, cook it down still, and then I'm going to add the 13 packs of El Paso mild to it. I'm gonna let it cook down, and then I'm gonna add the cheese. Other than that, yeah, it's still going the same, just cooking down slow and steady because you don't want to cook it down too fast. The slower you cook it down, the better it tastes. It's always the motive, always the goal. The slower you cook, the better it tastes. So we're just gonna let this keep cooking down and get down to the brown. All right, so of course I'm gonna add some brown down onions. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my chopping knife. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna go ahead and chop my 2 onions alongside the pre-chopped onions I have from last week. So let's get to it. As you noticed, I'm not methodical when it comes to cooking. I'm not the guy that's gonna sit there and mince my onions to perfection. I'm not gonna do all that. More or less, I'm just trying to get it cooked. Not gonna. It doesn't matter to me if my onions are minced irregularly or perfectly. You're not. This is not a 5-star kitchen. To me, it's a 5-star kitchen, but I didn't get the stars yet, you know. So, of course, I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna throw in my onions from here into there. Now those are gonna brown down. Those are gonna brown down, and we're gonna go ahead and get that on a roll. So here's what we got. We got our 13, 14 packs of seasoning right here. We got our brown down meat. We got our onions over there. Everything's working itself. I probably will end up straining this just a little bit, trying to at least, because that is a lot of grease I'm seeing in there. So we're gonna figure that out. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm taking a paper towel, and I pulled all the meat to one side, which is allowing the grease to flow to the other. I take a roll out of paper towels, I stick it in. It's going to absorb the grease, and it's going to leave me the meat. And that's what I've been doing. I've only used about a quarter roll of paper towels for this. And it sounds like a lot, but it's so much easier than picking up this cast iron pot, putting it over the sink, and trying to fit 13 pounds of meat into a strainer. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, and so now that the onions are browned down good enough, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna toss them in there. Now, even though they don't look fully browned down, they are. And with that, it's gonna make it easier for me to cook them down instead of having to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix these all in. Now remember, you're trying to keep your kitchen as clean as possible because the cleanest way is the easiest way. And honestly, it makes it so much easier to do this in a huge pot like this instead of trying to fit it all into a little pot. So right now what I'm doing is mixing my onion, getting it all down. The meat's been strained, so everything's out of there. So we're just gonna go ahead, and now we're gonna make a little pot for our little section for our seasoning to go in. I'm gonna go ahead and dump it all in. I'm gonna go ahead and put some water in it, and we're gonna go ahead and let that cook down. Now each packet of seasoning calls for 3/4 cup, which is a lot of math for me to do, so I'm just gonna add it until I feel comfortable. Now this meal prep only costed $100 maybe 110, which sounds like a lot of money, but when you're doing this for 20 meals and you're not eating anything else during the week, you save yourself a ton of money, because one McDonald's order can cost you anywhere from 10 to 20 to 30 bucks. And if you DoorDash it, that you got to pay for delivery and everything, so you're going to be around 40 bucks. And with this, I buy in bulk. I go to Sam's and buy the meat in bulk. So I'm eliminating that price gouge, and I'm saving myself a lot of money. What I'm doing right now is mixing in the seasoning, getting this to cook, and then we're going to throw the lid on it and let it brown down, and we're going to start our rice. Now, as you can see, if you can't see it, it's a Cajun Classic pot. It says it right there. And yeah, let's get that rice going. All right, so I'm gonna grab my 2 pounds of rice. This is Rouse's Market Jasmine rice. 2 pounds. We're gonna go ahead, open this up. Pour that in. Now, the way me and my family has always cooked rice, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna shake it to make it flat. So we're gonna go ahead, shake it, make it flat. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your finger right on top of the rice. Into your first knuckle, you're gonna pour water in. So let me show you. I'm adding water right now. Alright, and so right there I got it up to my first knuckle. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on, set it to cook, and we're done. Now we just got to wait for that to cook. So yeah, so right now the rice is cooking, the meat is browning, everything is going to plan. And so yeah, and then once all this finishes, I have a scale that I'm going to use. I'm going to show you my scale. This is my scale. The name of it, I believe it's E-Tech City, something like that. It's a scale. I go into turn it on, zero it, and I'm gonna be measuring in ounces. 2 ounces of rice, 11 ounces of beef. And we're gonna see how much we get out of this. Now, I never know. I'm gonna show you, I never know if I have enough till the end. So who knows, I may be stuck with 1 less meal, 2 less meals, or I may have over excess amount. We're just gonna see how it goes. These are all my containers. I don't know how many I got here, but I got enough. And then we got all the lids. So yeah, so once everything's ready to go, we're gonna start putting in containers, getting the lids next to them, and we're gonna see the count. I should have more than enough. I bought more than enough beef for this to make this work, because I wasn't gonna leave it dry. Now I still got cheese to add to the beef once it finishes browning. I'm gonna give it about, it's 2:30 now, I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes, so 2:40. I'm gonna go ahead, add that cheese, let that melt in, mix that together, and make a cheesy delight. Now the rice is cooking there, and we're just gonna see how this goes. So I got, this is Velveeta cheese, it's a block of Velveeta cheese. I'm gonna measure it. Now it looks like there's 2 ounces of offhang cheese. So this is gonna be 6, 10, 14. We're gonna go about for 14 ounces of cheese and see how that mixes in. If 14 ounces of cheese isn't enough, we're gonna add another 4 ounces. But that's where I'm starting right now. So there's 14 ounces of cheese. Sounds like a lot, but when you have 13 pounds of meat that this has to mix into, you just don't know. You just don't know how much you need. And of course I can do measurements. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cube it up. And that's gonna make it easier to melt. I spent about 50 to 60 bucks at Sam's just on the meat, because I only buy meat from there. And I spent $53 at Rouse's, which there I just bought my. Now just to show y'all what I got all the cheese added to the pot, and we're just gonna wait for that to melt down and stir in. All right, so this is what it looks like after adding the 18 ounces of cheese, the 14 pounds of beef, and about 3 onions. Now it's just cooking and it's waiting. We're waiting for the rice to finish. over here, which should be done in no time. So yeah. All right, so the rice maker just popped, meaning it's time for me to get to serving. I'm gonna grab a spoon, got my scale, take my container, zero it, put that right there, open this up, which as you can see, it just popped. I mean, probably not even 2 seconds ago. Go ahead, throw in 1 scoop, 170. And there is 2 ounces right there. There's 2 ounces. So, 2 ounces of rice, that's 1 container. We got at least 20 containers to do. So. Alright, and so there we go. There's 20 containers made of 2 ounces of rice. So yeah, that's 40 ounces of rice right there. Alright, so now it's time to start putting the meat onto the tray. So I'm doing right now real quick, just giving it a quick 1 more stir. And then let's go ahead and get this started. So I got my scales zeroed out with the rice and container. Go ahead, let that drip for a second, and add that to the container, which that got me 7 ounces and 7.1 ounces. 930. All right, there's the first container made. 11 ounces of meat, 2 ounces of rice. Now it's time to do 19 more of these. So as you can see, I got all 20 meals made out. I still have a good bit of taco meat, and I still have a good bit of rice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make me a Saturday meal. That way I ain't trying to rush, and I can still stay on my meal preps during the weekend while I meal prep for the next week. So yeah, I'm probably gonna make me a meal for today because I'm a little hungry and I haven't eaten anything. So yeah, I'm sipping Kool-Aid. This is sugar-free Kool-Aid. Good diet hack. These packets of Kool-Aid, they sell them at Rouse's and Dollar General. You can get them almost anywhere. It's packets of Kool-Aid, and it's 0 sugar. And you may think, oh, 0 sugar tastes like garbage. It's something besides water that you can drink with no calories. So I see no issue with these. Now, usually with my meal prep, I'll drink a bottle of water with either electrolytes or normal fruit punch meal. I like the electrolytes for before I work out and after to replenish all the energy I burned and all the water. And the red one's just for different flavoring, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna make some more meal plates. But other than that, that's the end of the video. Thank y'all for watching, and please subscribe and like. And hit that bell if you want to, so that way you can get notifications when I do post. I will be posting more videos like the gym and things like that. I'm in school, I'm about to graduate. I got things I'm still working on outside of YouTube and outside of the gym that I have no need to record, so I have no need to post. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, and have a nice day.